It's week 2 of the 2024 season, where we've got two teams who used to call St. Louis home. It's the Rams and the Cardinals, and it's all up next.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Valley of the Sun at State Farm Stadium here in Glendale. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Two one-loss teams set to lace it up. This ought to be fun, and we're underway on EA Sports. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So out come the Cardinals now for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their signal caller in his second year in the NFL now.
And he comes off a tough opening matchup, threw way too many interceptions in that game. Definitely not the way you want to kick off a new season. So he said to himself, I've got to throw that game out. I'm going to get a fresh start right here in week 2.
They'll run. Here's the former Seminole. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Now it's Clifford. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Harrison. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 18 yards the gain for number 18.
And it's easy to see why he was a top-ranked receiver coming out of the draft. Better than 1,200 yards and 14 touchdowns in each of the last 2 seasons at Ohio State. No one does it better than him, and he gives Kyler Murray a chance to be special.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice game there. This one goes for 20.
That's a very nice game there. A confidence-building run. Love the execution up front, and the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10, down at the 31. They'll go again with Benson. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Back to throw is Clifford. Complete to Jones. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Zay Jones, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Cardinals will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his second season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook. Not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. So now the Rams will get their first opportunity with a football. They'll be led out by a third-round pick back in 2018 out of Oklahoma State. It's Mason Rudolph.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the one interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown pass.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets, and bottom line, how do they get a win?
And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Warner to throw. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. Calais Campbell finding his way home for the sack.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. So on 4th down, on is Ethan Evans to punt for the Rams. Back deep, Patrick Peterson. This is fielded at the 27. 7 yards on the return after a punt of 39. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Benson. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down. His first carry of their 2nd drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their 1st drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down. Clifford. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Jones. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down. Clifford to throw. Finding his target, it's Trey McBride. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. The ball on the 32. It's 2nd and 2. Looking to throw, Clifford. Goes right back to McBride. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Clifford looking to throw it again. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone. He's hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Zay Jones with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Cardinals are off to a 13-0 1st quarter lead. So after the disappointment in the opening week loss, Charles, this looks like really a completely different football team.
They sure do, and I think they realize we can't start 0-2. And they're determined to not let it happen by the looks of things here in the early going.
Extra point good by Prater, and that'll make the score 14-0. So that drive goes 8 plays, and the Cardinals cap it with a touchdown. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their 2nd drive of the game. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
They'll go right back to the ground with Falk. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
And he is going to have a Rams first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. To throw, Warner. That's to the second-year man, Puka Nacua. And finally, he's taken down at the 18. A big play there for L.A. 41 yards.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
Out of the gun, here's Warner. Pass complete there to Nacua. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. 2nd and 5. Here's Warner. Incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Connecting with Kupp here on the out route. And the Rams are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of a catch.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. A great play there. His first rushing touchdown of the year. And the Rams are back within a score. So, partner, it was a passing game that drove them down the field, but when they get close, they trust that man in the backfield, and he took him home.
And they trust their offensive line as well, because so many of these units, they specialize in either pass protection or run blocking. This group shows its versatility and gets both done on this drive.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make our score 14-7. So that one, an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, and right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started. The way that they're going about doing things right now, they've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
Clifford will throw it here. That ball caught by Harrison. Down to the 10. Touchdown, Cardinals. Marvin Harrison Jr. with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Cardinals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So what a start. It's not often you even get 3 possessions in a first quarter, but he now has 3 touchdown passes. Now Prater to add the PAT. It's good, and it is now 21-7. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
That's into the hands of Parkinson, the tight end. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Now Warner. Back to the sideline, and it's intercepted. And the Cards are going to take over at their own 41. So more problems here in this first quarter. Already 2 scores down, and here they give away the football.
And if I'm the head coach, I think it's time to start lighting a fire under some of these guys. Now, you have to do it within your personality. They can't perceive it as fake. But I'd go get after some guys because they don't look ready to play to me. They look flat, uninspired. It's time to get moving.
The Cardinal offense takes back over. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. So good field position for the Cardinals as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. A short one here, caught by McBride. 2 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 44-yard line.
And Clifford to throw it. A short one here, caught by McBride. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Clifford out of the shotgun. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run because we envision them in offenses catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. They'll give to Falk up the middle. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Now a give inside for Falk. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. Warner. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
Seems like all the fireworks in this first quarter have been on the other sideline, but here they're saying, hey, we've got some explosive guys on our side too. And that's a big play in a game that's looking like it might be full of big plays.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now Warner. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Colby Parkinson from 4 yards out. And the Rams have got it back to within a score. The touchdown all set up by the big play 1 snap before, but they finish it off here with a shorter completion, this time for the score.
I like how they stuck with what got them there, right? The big pass play, got the momentum going, right? That's you create it with a play like that, and you come right back with another pass play to finalize things off.
Extra point splits the uprights, and they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Cardinals offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he's come out of the gates hot. He's been on target with his throws, and that's reflected in the numbers as he'll look to keep it going here. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they'll begin by running the option. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. A give left side for Benson. And he'll take this up to the 30, a gain of 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
From the gun on 3rd down, Clifford. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter. From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd down and 5. On the give, here's Falk. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Ethan Evans on now to punt. Now it's Peterson. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. Clifford setting up play action. This is taken in by McBride. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards the pickup there.
I'll give them credit for a good read right there because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. And he was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice gain.
On 1st down, it's Benson. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 5. Another run here with Benson. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Here's Clifford. Open man, here's Benson. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Cardinals unable to convert there on 4th down. And the Rams are going to take possession of the turnover on downs. Even though they didn't get it, probably the right call. Too long for a field goal and just not a whole lot to gain from a punt there.
Yeah, you wouldn't have really netted very much yardage if you pumped the ball, right? And the thing about a field goal, and you know this from so much experience, the longer the field goal, the lower it comes out off the kick, right? Which means it's got a better chance of being blocked. So you're taking a chance either way. I like the fact they went for it.
2nd and 10. On the handoff, this is Fall. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Ethan Evans now. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Cardinals offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he's had things all his way in this first half. The numbers sensational as he'll look to add to them with another drive here. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on 4th down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride, the offense, this go around. Here now, 3rd and a yard.
3rd and 1.
They'll try to run for it with Benson. And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a first down. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Clifford now off the bootleg. He'll get that complete to Harrison. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense.
So he gets too far beyond the line, and that's an easy call for the official.
Still first down.
Now it's Clifford. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's 2nd down now.
15 yards to go.
Back to throw is Clifford. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
And that is too far out in front. He couldn't haul it in. Incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. It'll be a 48-yard punt, 5 there on the return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Warner to throw. And he's going to go down again. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
The Rams on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and forever. Operating from the gun, Warner. And they're going to sack him yet again. The pass rush has been relentless. This time, it yields a safety.
An absolutely dominating series from that pass rush to record the safety. 3 sacks in a row shouldn't be possible against an NFL offensive line. But there they are, dropping him on 3 straight reps, the last of which came in the end zone for 2 points.
Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here. Here comes Carter. So here are the Cardinals to take over. They're trying to get back on track following the loss to Buffalo a week ago. But the good news, they've got the lead right now here in the football 1st and 10. The drive will begin with a run by Benson. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
2nd and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Clifford to throw. Jones has it. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Looking to throw, Clifford. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
So how would you describe that one, partner? Workmanlike right there, getting that 1st down, blue-collar type football?
Yeah, only needed 3, got 4, just enough. I like workmanlike.
I think it's pretty cool myself. Everything doesn't have to be high glamour in this game.
Boy, that was pretty. Sidestepping defenders on his way to a pickup of 9 yards. 2nd down and a yard. On the handoff, Benson running right. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. Clifford. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. They run over center with Benson. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Ernest Jones there for the tackle. Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and 9.
At the 40-yard line.
On the give, it's Benson. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
Can we just take that run and turn it into a kind of a clip and save? Because that tells you everything you need to know about this drive. They've been moving the ball awfully well.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 21. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
From the gun, it's Clifford. Goes right back to McBride. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. Clifford working from the gun. And his throw here's incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That is caught. And the Cardinals are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage, so they're going to throw the football.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. A big loss there of about 7 yards on 1st and goal, so now it's 2nd down.
At the 12-yard line.
Clifford will throw it here. Throw left side complete. That's Benson. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Benson. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
Matt Prater on for the field goal.
Prater's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So when you factor in the safety, this now a 5-point swing.
And look, I'm not going to turn away a 5-point swing because 5 points, that's valuable. Don't get me wrong on this. But if they could have taken that safety and added 7 to it, now you're talking about a really big swing.
Fighting his way through contact. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. And things already were problematic for them. Then you add in the safety, followed by the field goal. Yes, all things considered, not the worst possible outcome. But they've got work to do here as they come up 1st and 10.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Here's Warner. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Rams 1st down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Perfect example of the kind of attitude you have to play defensive back in the NFL. You want to be the only defender around, and you want them to challenge you. And on that play, he came through.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. They'll come up now 3rd and 3. Warner from the gun. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a 1st down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there that brings up 4th. Here comes the Rams punter now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Gets it away, and I don't think Peterson will get a chance to touch this one, angling for the sideline. The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he's done everything you could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances, and he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the 2nd quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead.
And with apologies to Dylan Thomas, apparently they're not going to go gently into the half. They're still out there firing haymakers. They took a chance on a deep ball there, but it winds up incomplete.
He finds his man, complete. It's Benson. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. That goes for 14 yards, first down Cardinals.
And this pass rush has really been bringing the heat and has already gotten home a few times here in the first half. So how about the play call there? Sometimes if you can't protect, you've got to fool them. Screen passes like that can take a little steam out of what's been a relentless rush so far.
And Clifford to throw it. He finds his man, complete. It's Benson. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Clifford right back to the air. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. A 40-yard punt, no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Now the Rams about to go on offense one final time in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
He'll get that complete to Parkinson. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Now a 2nd and 2. Now Warner. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Basically, you're not going to outwork two guys very often.
Double coverage. I thought he was going to go somewhere else with the football. I get it. That's a stud wide receiver. You want to try to get him the football.
Yeah, sometimes you rely on him a bit too much.
The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Here comes the Rams punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. On the return is Peterson. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. Zone read. Here's Benson. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we reach halftime here in Glendale with the Cardinals on top. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. More from you and Charles in a bit. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here in the late window. We'll begin up at U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, where you see the final score there. David Montgomery, 2 touchdown runs to lead the way. From there, let's stay in the Midwest and head down to Kansas City to check on the Chiefs at Arrowhead. And they've got the lead in their ball game over the visiting Cincinnati Bengals. Patrick Mahomes looking good. 2 touchdown passes. Lastly, we head to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough to check on the Patriots. And they were winners in that one as they defeat the visiting Seattle Seahawks. Bailey Zappi, 3 touchdown passes as his guys move to 2-0 on the young season.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Rams set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail here as we resume play. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Give him 30 yards there.
Well, for a play that didn't look like much at the snap, that jet sweep turned into a big play in a hurry.
And how about how they ran the play? Because they obviously caught the defense out of position and not expecting that one, and that turned into a nice chunk of yardage. But how about the execution? On the handoff, most of the times we see on the jet sweep, they punch it forward so that if it falls to the ground, it's just an incomplete pass. Here, you got to execute it well, otherwise it's a fumble.
And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6.
Out of the gun, here's Warner.
That's into the hands of Parkinson, the tight end.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 18. Running right, here's Falk. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. To throw, Warner.
That's to the sideline and incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Throw left side, complete to Kupp. And he'll only get this to the 14 as he'll come up well short of the first down. So the completion good for just 3. And that's going to make it 4th down. And this one is right through. And that lead is back down to 9 now.
So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
This offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started.
They have played so strongly. You look at the scoreboard, you probably, with the way they played, you would think the margin would be a lot bigger, right?
You would, and in your experience.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. This defense coming out after the half, and if that play's any indicator, Charles, maybe a little refreshed and refocused here for quarters 3 and 4.
Yeah, they did really well on that one. That's exactly what they need to keep doing if they want to change their fortunes in this game.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
Here's Clifford. That's complete to McBride.
And that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. It's a 47-yard punt, return of 6. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it.
Now Warner's hit, and he loses it. And the Cardinals have got it, going the other way. And they bring this one back. A scoop and score, a fumble recovery touchdown for Arizona. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
Now back onto the field comes the Cardinal offense, and they're going to try for 2.
The Cardinals will line up for the 2-point conversion.
They'll look to throw. Flushed out right. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And now the Rams have got it. Going the other way.
It's funny to me because we actually keep a football in the booth with us during games. And I notice you cradling the football. You got it tucked pretty tight with the points of pressure here. And that didn't occur on that play, did it?
Now, you saying I wouldn't have fumbled if I was down there?
You would not have fumbled. You got that thing locked in tight.
I also have really large biceps. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field.
The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Now we're at the 41, 2nd and 9.
A handoff as they run the counter play. And he's going to be stopped up just short of the first down at the Cardinals' 35.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
Warner. Man open, it's Kupp. He's got it.
And he is going to have a Rams first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Now 2nd and 5.
This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
They'll run on 3rd down with Falk. Yeah, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1.
So many things go into making a good play on defense. In this situation, just not being blown out of the way was a big start, and then a nice tackle to finish things off.
So on 4th down, Sean McVay going to send out the field goal unit. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good, and they're hanging around here as the lead's down to 12. Well, certainly happy they were able to force the fumble, Charles, but wish they would have gotten in the end zone, only getting 3 points there and still facing this second-half deficit.
And they also will understand it's going to be a whole lot tougher to force another turnover the rest of the game because that offense, they're going to be all about ball security from here on out.
The home team's offense and running back Trey Benson headed back onto the field. And you have to imagine this defense saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the third quarter.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more.
And the Cardinals first down. First and 10 at the 30.
Now it's Clifford. And that's complete to K.J. Osborne.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Are things looking much rosier for them here in week 2? They work with the lead as they've got it first and 10. Out route, he finds his man, it's Jones.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
A give up the middle with Benson.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Pass complete there to Harrison.
And he's brought down, but he has it down to the 12 on a pickup of 12. First and 10.
From down at the 12, it's first and 10. Shotgun snap and a give to Benson.
He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Back to throw is Clifford.
And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Clifford to throw. A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Prater's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. So into Cardinal territory now. It's first and 10 at the 39-yard line. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line.
Well, now after all of this, hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. 2nd down and 3.
Going to give it up the middle. Here's Dickerson. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll